Hi, welcome to February. As part of the Taylor Palladino calendar, every month we try to share something special. And this month we're very excited because we have a very special guest, Cindy. And this month is Chili Day. And so chili is Cindy's specialty. And she's gonna show us her award-winning recipe.
So Cindy Reed is the only person to ever win the Terlingua Chili Cook-Off back-to-back years, 2 times back-to-back. Bobby Flay came to Houston to compete against her in a chili cook-off and he didn't win. I'll be honest, I like to make everything from scratch but chili. I actually buy Cindy's chili mix and make chili with this because it's better than anything I've ever made. But she's going to teach you how to make it today. You can always buy it online like I do or at Central Market, or if you want you can learn to make it with us today, and it's a great chili.
Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Cindy, the Chili Queen, and we're going to show you how to cook some great chili today. All right, I'm ready to tell you how you're going to make championship chili at home. It only takes a couple of hours. First, you'll brown your meat. We typically like to use 80-20 on the fat content because you want to have some fat in that. Chili is not chili if it's lean. So you want to have a little fat in the meat, so you start with a ground chuck, 80-20. You can also use a sirloin steak, you could use a mock tender, you could do ground turkey, any kind of meat. My preference is ground chuck on 80-20 on the fat content. You'll add a teaspoon of seasoned salt to the meat just to get it, the meat flavored. And then you'll add a can of beef broth and a can of no salt tomato sauce. Then the first batch goes in. You're going to take your first set of spices. We'll start with onion powder, garlic powder, beef bouillon cubes, a chicken bouillon cube, a little black pepper, and some chili powder and a little bit of paprika. Then in the second batch, after we've cooked it for about 30 minutes, you're gonna add brown sugar, a little bit of a seasoning packet, cayenne, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, and cumin, very important ingredient. And then a lot of chili powder. And we like red chili powders. And then in the third batch, you're going to be adding a little bit more chili powder, garlic salt, onion powder, a little bit of cayenne, and more cumin.
So where are the beans?
Oh, no. There's absolutely no beans. No beans in chili. Texas chili has no beans. That's a side dish. We're getting ready to start this batch of chili. This part's really easy. Well, actually, this might be the hardest part. Browning meat. So we're gonna brown both 2 pounds of the meat, and then we're gonna add a little seasoning to it. One tip I will give you about cooking competition chili, a lot of people end up stirring the meat to death, which makes it mushy. So the one thing that you want to make sure you do is try not to stir the meat too often in the pot. So you let it go ahead and just brown, open the lid, stir it a few times, and then put the lid back on and let it do its thing. I'm adding a teaspoon of seasoned salt to the meat so that it just seasons the meat while we're cooking it.
And that's the Lowry seasoned salt.
Right. And you can use, other people may use other different things,
But that's what you like.
I like that, yes. So you see it's just the rolls. I just put the rolls in there and I'm just gonna let them kind of get a little opened. And I'm just gonna put the lid on and then, come back in and stir the meat around so that doesn't turn to mush. Chili really is a comfort food, so you need to go ahead and enjoy that. So if there's some things in it that aren't good for you, like some fat from meat or salt or some of those, a few things, you just save up and enjoy that comfort food for some time. Now I have it on medium. It was on medium high. So see how, so if you'll notice, it's almost get to the brown stages. See, there's just a few, so it's almost there. So this took 15 minutes? Maybe?
If that.
Yeah, not even that. So see, once we get most of that brown, or that red out of the meat, and of course it will continue to cook as we cook the chili too. We'll go ahead and drain the grease out, and then we'll add our first batch of spices. It's really relatively easy to do. You don't have to buy all the spices, all those things I told you that are in it. You can get in one packet, the Sin Chili packet. So it makes it easy. So now we're draining the meat from the pot. I also like to kind of wipe out the pot to get all the little residue and residuals out. You want to have a little bit of fat in the meat because that's what makes it delicious by the time you're finished with it. And we're going to head back to the stove. I use a low sodium beef broth, or half the sodium, because you're adding salt into the spices, and you don't want it too salty. You can always add more salt. Difficult to take it out. So I use a no salt tomato sauce. So you're going to add this, the tomato sauce. It's a small can. And then you're going to add beef broth, which clean out all the tomato sauce out of the can. And then we're going to bring that to a simmer. Get that in there. It doesn't look too appetizing right now, but as we move along, it's going to get prettier and prettier as we add all those beautiful spices. I just like to let it come to a rolling boil, is basically. So that's only been, what, a few minutes? And we're going to go ahead and put all these spices in for the first, pardon my hands, for the first batch. Now we're going to mix that all in. See the color already? It's already changing colors with just the first batch of spices. Once we put in the second batch, it'll really show the red color of the chili. So we're just going to let this simmer for 30 minutes, and then we're going to add the second batch. All right, Ben, I want you to try the first batch of chili powders just to see what you think about it.
Okay.
And then we're going to get ready and add the second one.
Oh, I mean, that's good. That's great already.
Good, I'm glad. It's going to get even better. Okay, now we're adding batch 2 to the chili. It's cooked for 30 minutes. So we're going to add some cumin, chili powder, onion powder, a little more onion powder. That's not on the recipe card that's in the calendar, but this is just a little extra. And then we're going to do a Sazon Goya. Again, that's the same thing. It's a little added seasoning, some seasonings with some salt to it. Brown sugar and cayenne. I'm going to go ahead and put all that in, and then I'm going to let Ben add 5 tablespoons of chili powder. This is a blend, and see how red it is? So that's going to make this chili look really pretty once we put that in. You go ahead, Ben. I'm going to stir it. Ben's going to toss the powder. Already look at that color. See how beautiful? And to answer your question about the thickness, check this out. It's getting thicker and thicker and thicker. So you'll see all those ingredients do that. As this cooks in, we'll see the consistency of the gravy. Look how beautiful of the gravy.
So
oh my gosh, this gravy. See, it's sleek, it's pretty. This is exactly how you want it to look. I'm telling you. I might need to enter this one in a competition. Maybe you guys need to enter this in a competition. What do you say? I won't tell all my secrets.
Pure plagiarism.
I won't tell all my secrets. I'll just give you some hints. Okay, we're going to let that rest for 30 minutes, and we'll go to the next batch. The chili is looking like it should look right now. It's a little thicker than I'd like it to be, so we'll probably add a little bit more beef broth because these powders are going to add some more thickness to this chili. So we're going for batch 3. So Ben, I'm going to tell you, we've got more cumin, a little garlic salt, we have some cayenne, and then we have some more chili powder. And this is all going to go into our third batch, and then we're going to simmer for 30 minutes. All right, go ahead. Let's get that in there. It's coming along nicely. Again, you want a nice sleek gravy. See how much it's thickened up? So I can tell you right now, I'm already going to add some beef broth. Ben, if you want to get that, I've already just going to add a little bit more beef broth because I don't like it this thick. Just pour a little in. This is just by you. Yeah, go ahead. You just eyeball this. A little bit more. Okay, that's good. And we'll just watch this in the last 30 minutes. Who's up for a Frito pie? Are you up for a Frito pie, Ben?
Of course.
All right, we'll be ready here shortly.
That's amazing.
Is it? Do the powders, do they
powders
feel like
have
they're,
all
they're,
dissolved
they've
and
all
cooked in.
cooked in there?
They're amazing.
Good, okay.
Not really good.
I like the consistency of it. And also, and you'll notice by looking at the meat, as we talked about, it's best not to stir it, over stir it, because it makes the meat get mushy, and you'll see how it still has a nice thick and hunky consistency. So that's the way you want it to be. You don't want it to be mushy. You get some nice pieces of meat with the chili peppers and all the powders and that's competition chili right there.
Honestly, that's the best chili I've ever had. That is amazing.
So in competition chili, when you put your chili into the turn-in cup, they're all marked with a number on the outside. It's taped to the outside, and they're all the same. It's a styrofoam cup with a lid. So there's a little thing that I like to add to my cup, but I'm gonna add it to this pot of chili because we're just making the pot. So it's called a kicker. So it's some cumin and some Gebhardt's and some salt. And you put this in the cup and just put it in the top and stir it around, and it just keeps giving it an added little boost for the judges when they first open it up and take their first taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in here. Just because. That's what I always did. So I had this cute little Tupperware container that was called my little teeny tiny Tupperware, and it's a lucky piece that I still have to this day that I put the kicker in, and that's what I add to my cup. We're ready to serve some chili. We're dishing up some beautiful chili here.
Oh, that looks amazing.
There we
We
go.
can
Look
like
at the meat. Look at the consistency. Doesn't that look beautiful? Then I'm going to top it off with a little cheese, just for a little color. And if you want to put peppers on it, you could do that too. Slice a little jalapeno, little serrano, give it some heat. It's ready to eat.
Thank you so much. Honestly, this is the best bowl of chili I've ever had in my life. I really mean this. This is phenomenal. Thank you so much, Cindy, for teaching us and being a part of our world.
You're so welcome. I had so much fun showing this off for everyone. I hope you enjoy it very much.
I am not an aficionado like he is when it comes to food, but this chili, I've enjoyed smelling the entire process. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next month for Mardi Gras, and we're gonna eat some very good
Hey.
chili.
Happy Chili Day.
Yes, happy chili day.
No, baby, really, I dig your chili.
That is so good. She really is the chili queen.
And I really am the Chili Queen.